Let's start it off with this. Rob G. The Cleveland Browns have talked about the fact that they are going into this offseason in their minds having no quarterback. Guys are going to have to play through it. And now they said it's up for grabs. Deshaun Watson in that mix. Of course, Shedeur Sanders is in that mix as well.
That's big facts. This is the one quarterback gig that, apparently nobody wants, but anybody can have if they are good enough. Because I don't know if you knew this, but last season, despite trotting out Shedeur Sanders, who had one of the lowest QBRs in all of football, Dylan Gabriel, who was actually not bad, but he's Dylan Gabriel, so nobody really liked him.
Nobody. He don't even get mentioned.
Joe Flacco and the corpse that was Deshaun Watson, they had the highest paid quarterback room in the NFL last season. This year, they entered in. They're saying it's a wide open competition. Andrew Berry says Shedeur's going to get a shot. Dylan Gabriel's going to get a shot. Deshaun Watson's going to get a shot. None of those guys are anyone you're really excited about, but it is an open competition in Cleveland.
Well, I'm a push back on to say not excited about. I still think there's room to see what Shedeur is after a year where we talked about Ephraim, the fact that he didn't get the reps with the ones for a long time till maybe, 2/3 through the season, if you will. Finally got those reps. We know that the offense isn't necessarily loaded. And now, of course, you got a new coach, new system. So I feel like not that you're excited per se, but you're also, I think there's some optimism of like, if that was Shedeur's floor,
right,
can it get better? My thing with this is, and Rob and I have discussed this, he absolutely believes Deshaun Watson is going to start. And my only thing is, if I'm coming in as a new coach, Todd Monken, and I'm looking at this as this. The challenge with Deshaun is going to have to be MVP caliber Texans Deshaun. Because otherwise, anything, mid, then you're going to immediately walk out. And the first thing you're going to see, you're not going to see his number on his jersey. You're going to see what they paid to get him.
Right.
First full-time, fully guaranteed contract for somebody $200+ million. All that you endured, the baggage that comes with it. Because the minute he puts up a stinker or two, the minute people are going to say, oh, you paid all this to get him. Look at all the stuff he did. They're going to start bringing up his history.
Right.
That's going to get brought up. And also, the minute he has a bad game or two, what they're going to do? Boo, Shedeur, put in Shedeur chance. So to me, you can have it be open, and I think that's fair. I don't think Shedeur wowed you enough that it's automatically his, nor has Deshaun Watson, by the way, who had a fair shot at this the year prior. Mm-hmm. But I think I would be hoping that it's Shedeur. I hope he comes out looking good so that I can sell myself on the fact that he's young, he has talent, he has a bigger arm than we thought he would, he's more mobile than we thought he would, and he's not afraid to take risks. You saw him throwing it down the field. And I would want to build off what was not a great season, but wasn't a great season for our entire team except for Myles Garrett. That's the only person who had a great season.
Yeah.
And I would look at that, Ephraim, and say we can build off that and also hopefully only get better and hopefully be going in the right direction. I think there's too much that comes with Deshaun. Again, he hadn't looked great the last time I saw him. Coming off the injury, was the Achilles injury. And again, the baggage that comes with it. And we are the team. It's kind of like Luka and Dallas. Until Dallas gets further away and Cooper continues to get better and they get better, they're always going to be the man, we gave up Luka. Man, we gave up Luka. And to me, unless Deshaun comes out and lights this thing on fire, it's always going to be, man, look what we gave to get this guy. Look what we gave to get him. And so I just feel like he's going to have to be exceptional to get away from the stink, the funk of it all.
Well, I will disagree. I understand exactly what you're saying. I look at it a little different. The best quarterback on that roster is Deshaun Watson. And the reason I say that is because we've seen Deshaun Watson lead the league in passing. We've seen him be, a Pro Bowl player. We've seen those things. And so his salary next year is $46 million. So Deshaun Watson doesn't have to be Aaron Rodgers or Peyton Manning or any of those great quarterbacks in their prime or Tom Brady. He just has to be better than the three guys because you're already going to pay him. Now, you have an opportunity to sit him on the bench and have him be a backup at $46 million a year, but you're not paying any of the other quarterbacks anything. So you can say, okay, it's a wash. We're paying someone whether you pay. They want Deshaun to be the starting quarterback because they want to get any level of value out of him at any moment in this contract that he signed. They haven't gotten that yet. And so if he comes into OTAs and into training camp in shape, healthy, and he's spinning the football like we've seen him do before. We've never seen any other quarterback on that roster play at that level.
I haven't seen him play at that level in a while.
And you're right. But what I'm saying is I believe he has the upper hand because the price tag that they're going to pay, no matter if he's playing or not, is there. There's reason to say, well, this is what we've been waiting for. He's making almost $50 million this year.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going off the books. That's not going anywhere. Either it's trotting out on the field every Sunday or it's sitting on the sideline eating hot dogs every Sunday. But either way, $46 million is coming off the books.
Well, can I justify that? Let's say Shedeur plays well enough that he wins it. Can I justify and say the quarterback position is making $46 million, and hopefully it's playing well, which is pretty much par for the course for a good quarterback in the NFL.
You can look at it like that. But
like, don't close my eyes. I don't have to worry about who is going and where in disbursement. Just all I know is we're paying 46 with Shedeur, maybe 47 because they ain't getting paid crazy
Right.
if it's a fifth-round pick.
It's about $1 million.
Yeah. So $46, $47 million, good quarterbacking. I'm happy. I didn't close my eyes and not care about who's.
Well, that's what they've been doing.
That's true.
That's what they've been doing already. So if you've already been doing that you know that they're not going to cut Deshaun Watson.
Right.
You don't want to hamstring the team in the future because you got this dead money hit on your books. What you want to do is get some value out of investment. If you bought some stock, right, and the stock was popping, you got it. Bitcoin when it first came out, you got a Bitcoin, and you look at your account and this, I'm a multimillionaire.
Right.
And then that thing tabled off, and then it fell off a cliff.
I got to get something for it.
Right? Are you going to sell now? You going to sell now and lose a couple $1 million? Or are you going to hold on to it, and when it starts to perform, are you going to now spotlight that thing? And when you can get your value out, they won't ever be able to get their value out of unless they get to the playoffs, they win a playoff game, they make a deep run. That's the only way you can get any value out of Deshaun Watson in that contract. So for me and a new coaching staff coming in, if you can get value out of something that hasn't held value, then not only are you playing with house money, literally, that you're moving the team in the right direction. And so I believe the new coach, Shedeur hasn't, look, I'm a Shedeur fan. I'm pulling for him. He hasn't shown me enough to where I'm saying, oh, yeah, he's better than Deshaun Watson.
No, I
he's
get that.
the clear-cut guy. I believe he's better than Dylan Gabriel based on the time they got a chance to play. But let's be frank. Let's be real. That Cleveland Browns offense it's not a very good team.
But that's what I'm
not
saying,
a very good
E.
team.
That's why I'm saying I know I've given Deshaun Watson a couple of times. He didn't look bad for a game. He looked bad for 6 or 7 games that he got to start. Like, he looked bad. He's supposed to be the guy who's already over the hump. He's supposed to be the guy that, okay, maybe he doesn't look like the Texans year when we paid for him, but he doesn't look horrible, right? Aaron Rodgers, as much as I've talked about him, I've always sat here, me and Rob, we've yelled about this, but I said I've never expected him to suck because it's almost an impossibility, right? If not, I'll go ahead and throw a $180, no touchdown, but I'm not going to look horrible. And Deshaun, for me, is why did you have to look horrible? It'd be different if, hey, man, we got a bad team, we're not winning, but I'm doing okay. He looked horrid.
No,
very bad. And so that's what my point is. If you look bad, you're coming off injury, you come with baggage. I'm just like, I'd rather at least see, and again, they're going to have to play it out, but I'm saying I'd rather, quiet is kept in my own. If I go home to my wife, if I was on this coaching staff, I'm like, please, Shedeur, show us signs so that we can say, yes, we've got something moving forward, the future, and that we can be excited.
I got a question I want to ask you. You're the new coach coming in.
Yes.
Is it more valuable to the franchise for you and your staff to get excellent play? You got to remember, they didn't draft any of these quarterbacks.
Right.
Has nothing to do with them. Is it more valuable for you as a coach and a staff to get value out of something no one in the organization could have gotten value out of in a promising way, or take a flyer on a young rookie who may or may not be considered a starting quarterback at any time in his career? What would bring more value as a new coach to a team?
Maybe the former, the way you phrased it, reviving Deshaun, if you will.
I think that would be if you're like I was able to get the talent you guys were looking for out of Deshaun Watson. Right now, Deshaun has something to prove because this could be his last year in the National Football League.
True.
And so there's motivation there. If I'm the coach, I'm having these conversations with Deshaun Watson. Now, if he goes out there and he physically just can't do it anymore, that's one thing. But mentally, I'm going to prepare Deshaun Watson to step up and take advantage of the opportunity that he may never get again. These are the type. Shedeur is going to be there. Dylan Gabriel is going to be there. Mm-hmm. They're going into their second year of an also-ran first year, so they have time. There is no more time for Deshaun Watson.
But that's why I feel like Deshaun still has enough talent, you hope, right, because he's still relatively young.
Well, we'll see.
That maybe he can be we talk about all the time, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, now Super Bowl champ, meaning maybe it works out somewhere else another time.
But the problem, and I get what you're saying, and I didn't mean to cut you off,
you're good.
But the problem with that is, with his baggage that you've been so eloquently, telling us about, you don't get to do that with the type of baggage that you have that Baker did and Sam did and Geno did. Mm-hmm. They didn't have the baggage. So as organizations and franchises are looking for guys to bring in to maybe give them second, third chances, is that baggage too heavy?
So they're hamstrung to him, he's hamstrung to them, and then this one last hurrah, if you will. He has to get it right. They got to get it right. Otherwise,
this is the only moment they'll be able to get any value out of the money they've paid, the $230 whatever million that they've paid him over the last 5 years.
All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.